Powerful and provocative, prophetic and practical,
Have you ever found yourself?
Are you dating for that person?
informative and
I feel
inspirational.
every bit of it. Like, I'm not trying to waste my
How you gonna do better if you don't know what better looks like? I do. Come on, let's talk about it with me, the mind massager. I'm late. All right. Make sure I get my sound transmitted. Intellectual. I am really not prepared, but I'm gonna do my best. Click on. All right, share this. Let somebody know we're on, please. We're getting ready to get started here in a moment. We're getting ready to get started in just one moment. I'm trying to share this with a few people so we can get the show started. I did not advertise like normal today, so I haven't let people know that we're on, and so that's my bad. Been working on a few other things, trying to get some technical, trying to upgrade technically, and I'm not the best. I'm not the most technically literate person out there, so y'all bear with me as I send this out to a couple of people. And if you can help me, if you would share it with a few people, that'll let me know. That'll help me as well, if you don't mind. What am I looking for? Intellectual stew. All right, what's up? What's going on? Like I said, I'm trying. I did not advertise as I normally would, so I'm trying to share this in a couple of groups and let people know that we're on. And if you don't mind sharing this up, what's up, Keisha? If you don't mind sharing this with a few people, or just sharing it, and maybe tag a few people that you think would benefit from the conversation, and we can get this started. I hope my internet holds. I'm trying to record in a higher resolution so I can get a little bit better quality. So it says you have to have a really stable internet connection. So I cut everything else off, and I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't, we'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. But what's up? What it do? Time for another episode of the. Hey, y'all see how that bit fit right in? All right, so I'm ready to roll. Let me cut this music off so we can get this thing going. That was perfect. I like that. All right, that timed out just right. That's right. That's right. All right, if you're here, say hello, say hi, say let me know where you're listening from. Let's get this party started. It's time for a conversation. And I appreciate you. I want you to know that I do not take it for granted. Y'all like my little this is what y'all like my little background. I'm trying to upgrade a little bit, man, for you all. I really am. I want to take this thing to the next level. And some of you all have been sewing into this, and I appreciate all of my sponsors. I really do. Some of you all have been seen value in what I do. Recognize, hey Portia, have recognized value in what I do, and therefore you have started to sow into it. And I'm not one who really asks for a whole lot, because I don't really need a whole lot. But if you do sow into what I'm doing, of course you're gonna see it. And so I'm trying to make some different upgrades and try to do some different things, getting ready for some things we really want to do significantly with this platform. So I appreciate you, all of your help, all of your assistance. Lakeisha Reynolds, I know you've sown into us. Lori Williams, I know you've sown into us. Jacqueline Poindexter, several of you all, and I really do appreciate you. And then I'm not even want to talk about the companies who are starting to sponsor. So, but I am extremely excited, and I'm very, very, very appreciative for anyone who thinks enough of me to show your gratitude or show your appreciation for our content by sowing tangibly into what we're doing. So I appreciate that. So here we are tonight having a little more grown up conversation, trying to perpetuate our overall mission, which is to bond the sexes as opposed to battle between the sexes. I think that has been one of the issues that have plagued our society or our people for so long, and it has us thinking that dysfunction is normal. And I think I ought to tell you that dysfunction is not normal. I know it's so easy to create new normals, and we start to function in what looks like dysfunction starts to look like function. And so when dysfunction starts to look like function, then we operate in that new normal. I think it takes about 21 days to form a habit, right? And so when we start doing those things over and over again and repeatedly, then we end up with these new normals, these bad behaviors. And I'm trying to debunk some of those myths. I'm trying to, and I need your help. I need your help if you want to be a part of the conversation tonight. Please, ma'am, please, sir, do not hesitate. Give us a call at 404-860-2775. 404-860-2775. That is the call-in number for the show tonight. So thank you so much, like I said, for tuning in to the Intellectual Stew with yours truly, James Kirkland. So let's get this conversation. Let me ask you a question. Now, well, before I get into that question, I put a Facebook post up today, and it got a little traction. So I'm gonna show you what I said. I'm gonna show you what I said, and I'm laughing a little bit, but what's that LBVS? I'm laughing, but very serious. Oh, hold on. I want to put the phone number up first before I do that. Well, I got the phone. I'm going to put the phone number back up, but I want to put the link in the chat. That's what I want to do. Let me put the link in the chat. I should have had somebody else doing this for me. I promise you, one of these days I'm gonna have somebody take this over. I say that every week. I know I do. Who's angry? Who put an angry comment up? I'm gonna go see who's mad at me. What I do? Oh, Conjure. You mad at me, Conjure? What I do? Look, emoticons tell us what I made you mad. What I say wrong? I'm sorry. I apologize. What I do? What I do? she put up an angry emoji. But hold on. Let me put this link in the chat for anybody that might want to come on and be a part of the conversation, because we have two ways of coming on. One way you can come on is by video, and the other way is by phone. Either way is fine with me, but I just want you to come on and share your thoughts as it relates to what we're discussing tonight. So I'm going to put this on. Hold on one hot second. Let me put this. Okay, there. All right, there. The link is in the chat. Conjure, hold on. Oh, I hit the wrong one. I was like, yeah, Lee, what I do to you? But it's all good. But I got to get to the point where it doesn't bother me. You know, I get bothered. So I'm not as offended as I used to be. I'm not quite as sensitive as I used to be. I'm growing up. You know, for those that deal with zodiac signs, I'm a Cancer. So I mean, I don't read horoscopes and like that's my newspaper. I'm looking for prophecies or anything, but I do notice characteristics and things of that nature. So anyway, let's get this conversation started. I put this Facebook post up today, and I mean, I've been saying this forever, so it ain't like it's nothing new. But I don't know what made me just all of a sudden say this random post. Sometimes I'll do these posts on Mondays because I'm really trying to create conversation to get ready for tonight's show. And then a lot of times it's like sermon prep for me. I got to get a revelation. I got to get inspiration. And so I put this post up this morning. And what I said in the post, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. I said, if I think you have the potential to get me to wear matching pajamas, I'm breaking up with you. Real talk. If I think you have the potential to get me to wear matching pajamas, I'm breaking up with you. Real talk. And that was the post I put up on Facebook today. Now, putting that post up, of course, got a lot of response but the responses were various. They really were. And people love to call me petty, you know, and all that kind of stuff. I get it. One woman said, "This is hilarious." Yep, buddy, she gonna have you in matching PJs every night. Like, you won't be able to resist the one for you, but gonna keep playing. But you're gonna keep playing tough. I'm not playing. Raquel said that, and I see she just jumped on. But I'm not playing. I'm dead serious. I'm not wearing no pajamas, matching pajamas. Who else said something? I just want to see some of the replies that I got before I got into the conversation. Before I get into this conversation, hold on. Let's see what else everybody said. And they started sending me all kind of emojis and had me like I'm dancing and all this other stuff. I mean, I don't get it. But everybody seems, when I express what I don't like or what I don't want in a relationship, right? And I'm coming through the door with this, right? I mean, when I'm coming through, I've made it known in front of the whole world that I don't want to wear matching pajamas. And it sounds petty. I get it. It sounds very, very petty. I get it. Carrie Crawford Owen said, "You lying. You about to put them matching pajamas on and you know it." It'll laugh my butt off. Who else said something? But everybody is just that hell bent that, who is this? Shonda Hayes says, "I can't wait to see your matching pajamas on Christmas photos." Kawana knows me, so all she said was, "I have no words." Carol Brewer. Anyway, I'm gonna go back to Carol's comment in a few minutes. But she said, "Come on, it's me." One woman, Cammie Hampton, said, "Come on, what if it's me who's asking?" Okay. So all these people have these things where I'm saying that I don't want to wear matching pajamas. It's nothing that you found out later on. We didn't come down, 6 months into the relationship and we found out we have a difference because we have differences because I don't want to do this. I'm coming through the door, letting you know what my standard is. This is what I do. This is what I like. This is what I don't like. But there will be those, and I'm making a point with this because the pajamas is really just it's not really the most important thing in this thing. But if I come through the door and I wear pajamas. I do wear pajamas. I mean, but the ones I have, she probably gonna do male pajamas. But if I'm saying, but the pajamas ain't the point. The point is, I have a preference. And if I have a preference, just like I would respect your preference, then why don't you respect mine? And like I said, I'm not trying to be petty. I'm really not. I'm just trying to have, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that whenever we find ourselves, let me put the phone up because some of y'all might not agree with me, and that's fine. I care, but we all have different fingerprints, so we're probably not going to always agree anyway. But my point is, if I have a preference and I respect your preferences, why don't you respect mine? Because I think a lot of times in a relationship, men are supposed to change. I'm watching my son now. He's been in a relationship for several years with his girlfriend, right? And I hardly see him anymore. And that's fine because I know he's with their family. I did the same thing when I was growing up because, we usually do what the woman wants done in the relationship. We usually hang out more so with the woman's family, all those types of things. Even in divorce, the children have a tendency of going with the woman, and the man is supposed to take a lot of the things that are brought his way. I'm sitting here blatantly saying that I'm not going to wear matching pajamas, but somebody comes in and they think that, he ain't serious. It's not that big a deal. Oh, I'll change his mind. Now, if you think you can change his mind about the pajamas, what other things do you think you can change their mind about? And then this is where the challenge comes. This is where the issue comes. The issue comes when, what's up, Dawood? The issue comes when I told you what I wasn't going to do. I let it be known up front what I wasn't going to do. You had this figment in the back of your imagination saying, I'm going to change him. And then when you don't change him, now you frustrated. Let me see. Let me see if I can read Jackie's comment. Oh, what's up? What's up, Dawood? If you haven't had what you want in a while, whatever it is that you want, if she gives you what your desire, some things you have to let go in order to give and make your woman happy. You're going to do it. Not going to happen. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I promise you. Because the thing is, I told you, Jackie. So what are you saying? You're saying, yeah, So you have, I'm joking. I'm not directly saying this to Jackie, but are you saying he's talking, but I'm not taking it serious? So in other words, what he says, it doesn't even really matter. I'm going to do what I want to do. I promise I can make him do what I want him to do. And I'm being facetious because the right woman probably will get me in some matching pajamas. Now, we're not taking no pictures for the gram. We're not going to do that. But the bigger picture is that in so many relationships, we come in after he's told you or she's told you what they're not going to stand for. I know so many women right now that have lists. And I think lists really limit relationships. But people put their list out, and those lists are so concrete. And if something is off just a little bit, then nope, disqualified. It's funny sometimes. I talk with some women. I'm single. I am. And I have conversation with very few people because I don't even like talking on the phone. Let me just put that out there. I really don't like talking on the phone. I'd rather text. And I know some women hate that, but I really don't like talking on the phone, right? But I'm talking on the phone with somebody. Man, I forgot what I was going to say. And we talk, and she started sharing her list with me. And I could tell she was a little interested, and I might have been a little interested myself. But she's sharing her list with me. And all of a sudden, I'm like, well, I'm not that. Well, I'm not that. And so I heard her say, well, I'm disqualified. No. I'm gonna make you I'm gonna hold you to your word. That's what you said. Let that list be your law. Let that be it. Cause I don't really have a list. Now I have a couple of preferences along the way. I might like a certain height, I might like a certain weight. I'm definitely got to have a certain mental capacity, all those types of things. But I'm starting to expand that as I get older. Number one, I'm 51. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. So it's not like I'm out looking for teeny boppers or things of that nature, right? So I gotta do it. And you're right, Jackie. Love, you can call in too, Jackie. You don't have to type it off. You want to call in, hit that link, and we can talk. But love works different. But the thing is, you got to get to the point of loving somebody first. And so many times we don't want to wade through the mud to get to the clear water. And here the thing is, a lot of times love is different for women than it is for men, Jackie. I did the show last week. Men would rather have respect than just be loved. And I gave the example last week before somebody cuts me off, because I know people like to do it. I gave the example last week about how sometimes men, they know their grandmother, their mothers, their sisters love them, but sometimes they talk to them so harshly that they think they love them, but they really don't like them. And so and I appreciate you for teaching TJ, your son, you know, what love looks like, because a lot of times we learn how to love from our mothers. And if we think you don't like us, but you love us, why would we go looking for that? So why would that be the determining factor in a relationship, right? So we'd rather have respect, because the last thing any man would want to be or feel is disrespected. Now, I know sisters don't want to be disrespected either. I had to check somebody on that post the other day. I said, men check out once the respect is gone. Here come women. Women do too. Duh. Notice what I don't say sometimes on a post. If I say when men don't check out, I didn't say women don't check out. That's what I'm talking about at this particular moment. So when I say this, if there's a respect factor there, and I know somebody that, like, I know people who used to love me but spanked me, or used to discipline me, or love kind of looked kind of strange, you know, look, because love has a different mask and a different face for different people, right? And so sometimes, you know, love don't feel the same for everybody. So with that being said, men, me, I can't talk for everybody. Dawood, you let me know if I'm lying. But men would rather be respected. Let me see what Dawood said. He said that's really the problem with relationships, serious problem with verbal community texting. We are for sure to miss the mark. Well, that's what you say. I mean, I get it. For me, and if I need to clarify something on the text, I can always pick up the phone. I don't like talking on the phone. Now, you drive trucks, so you probably can ride around and talk. I got other stuff. I can't read a book and talk on the phone at the same time. You know, I can't. I don't like talking on the phone like that. Now, the right person, Jackie, you're right. I don't mind talking to. I have some people. It's funny how some people I can get on the phone. We can talk for 2, 3, 4 hours straight. I've done it. But then some people, after about 15, 20 minutes, you got dead spots. It's quiet. It's starting to get, conversations starting to become hard. You know, I don't like those kind of conversations, right? And conversation should be a natural flow. And when it's not, I'd rather check out, you know, because, well, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But at the end of the day, if I have preference, hold on. The right woman, let me see what Carol said. The right woman would never try to change you. If this is something you are serious about, she will take you seriously. PJs are not that serious to manipulate someone about. That's where I look at it. That's why I look at it. And I think if you try to manipulate or try to change them on something so small, then what's going to happen when you try to change them on something else that's bigger? And we get into relationships knowing that that person has certain preferences, but we think we can change them. And then when we can't change them, we check out or we get frustrated. And frustration is not a good foundation for a fruitful friendship, let alone a rich relationship. I'm so preachery, I can't help it. Frustration is not a foundation for a fruitful friendship. That's pretty doggone good. Yeah. So I had one person today. Let me pull his comment up. He said he didn't mind if I use his comment. Let me see if I can find his comment. But his comment was good. I really appreciated what he said. Let me see if I can find Demetrius's comment. And he said he didn't want to talk too much because he said that his ex follows me, so he didn't want to. Nathan, I'm sorry, what I say his name was. But he said his ex follows me, so he don't want to cause any smoke, and I get that. But it was funny. This is what he said. Now it wasn't matching pajamas, but it was kind of similar on the same line. And some of y'all that are listening, do me a favor. Will y'all like this post? Like it, love it, share it, do something, tag somebody so we can get some more people in this conversation. We're about 24 minutes in. We're gonna probably go run till right about 10, and then I'm gonna watch the rest of the game. But let me get this first. Let me read this comment. Hold on. This is Nathan. Let me read his comment. Hold on one second. Share. Nathan said, I was in a new situationship a few years back. And he's since married. He's moved on now. So this is something different. He said, I was in a new situation a few years back, and she bought t-shirts that made a sentence when we stood next to each other. He said, man, I ran like a pit bull. He said that she bought t-shirts that made a sentence when they stood next to each other. And he said, man, I ran like a pit bull was on me. Now that I thought that was funny. I thought that, and I'm like, man, what made her think that was a good idea? That was my response. And but hold on, I want to read now. And I asked him, I wish I could get. I said, can I get more context? And this is what he said, and this is what, and and like, hold on, I'm going to go back to this in a second. But this is the thing for me. Now, she made an assumption. I know that our age, so we are immature in so many areas and being a relationship. Okay. He knew only one more person liked it, huh? Y'all really just don't want to like it, huh? I just a simple request, just ask you to like the post right quick. Like it, love it, share it. You can even hate it. I don't care. Just give me some reaction so we can get some more people involved on this post. But this is the thing. This is the thing. She assumed, I don't know what made her assume this, but she went and bought a t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, and the t-shirts together made a sentence. Now, that means that she had to stand on one side all the time, and he had to stand on the other side all the time, because if they didn't stand on each other's side, then it wouldn't make a sentence, or the sentence would be in reverse. Now, he wasn't like me. He didn't come through the door saying I'm not wearing matching pajamas. And let me say this. Just because I won't wear matching pajamas don't mean I won't coordinate. I don't have a problem coordinating. Yeah, I mean, I have no issue coordinating. We can, when I was married, if I bought a suit, I might buy a dress that or something similar that would kind of match it a little bit. So I don't mind coordinating, but I'm not taking pictures, as Carol said, in my night clothes. That's what Carol called it, night clothes. I'm not taking pictures in my night clothes for everybody to see. I'm just not doing. That's not what I want to do. So I let that be known up front. Now, this gentleman might not have let it be known up front, but I give him credit, and this is where I give him credit for taking responsibility in this whole scenario. I give him credit because he manned up, and he said something that a lot of men won't say. This is what he said. He said, James, without me blasting her because she's a beautiful person, just wasn't for me. I'll say that maybe I wasn't feeling her the way I thought I was. And during my confusion, I may have given her more physical attention than I should have, but nothing too extreme. And she ran with it, which in turn scared me off, because I just came out of a 12-year failed marriage. Fast forward today, now I'm married to my soulmate. I see that my wife won me over because she allowed things to flow in a natural form, no forcing. That's interesting. He said she allowed things to flow. He said, because now he did take responsibility. He said that he probably gave her a little bit more physical attention than he should have. Because sometimes, that's why I love to say this, pain to pleasure is not a good platform for a relationship. Because typically when we feel pain, we want to pacify the pain, right? We're looking for a sedative. We're looking for a solution. We're looking for a panacea. We're looking for something that will procure or minimize the pain that we're feeling. So a lot of times when people have been dealing with pain, the way they try to remedy the pain is with promiscuity, especially in this over-sexualized world that we live in, right? Because most of us just want to feel better. We just want to feel better. No matter what, we just want to feel better. And I give him credit because he didn't go too far into it. But what he basically said was that I gave her a lot of physical attention, probably more than I should have. And nothing too extreme, but more than I should have. And she read those signals as to believe that we're deeper than we actually are. And that means communication has to be necessary. Communication is necessary. So when he did that, she thought they were at a point where she could go and purchase these 2 t-shirts that formed a sentence. Now, if I won't wear matching pajamas, what you think I'm gonna do with a t-shirt that's only half a sentence? Yeah. If you said nothing, you was probably about right, because I'm not wearing them. But he said that ran her off. And he went a little bit farther, because I want to make sure I hit all of his points. He went a little bit farther and with that, and said, because and this is, brothers, this is something that some of us have to do, and when females, I mean, ladies, I think you all do too. But he went farther by saying that when he went into the relationship, he was already damaged, because he had been in a 12-year failed relationship, failed marriage. So being in a 12-year failed marriage, you develop lenses. And as you develop lenses, and you develop traditions, you develop culture, you develop habits, you develop a certain way of doing certain things. So when you run into the next relationship, you're not always looking for probably the right things. You're just looking for something to satisfy you. And that's not fair. Let me see what Kanjua said. Am I pronouncing your name right, Miss Hill? Let me see. Respect and compassion are communication. Respect, compassion, and communication is the main source. When both of you can continue to work on yourself without trying to change the other person, then you both can continue to grow separately and together. I agree with that 1,000%. I think in a relationship, both of us need to come in and just be the best versions of ourselves. And if we're both the best version of ourselves, I think those two make one, and then we just become a powerful unit in the process. Now this is where this whole conversation was going, because he didn't even know what I was thinking about calling the show tonight, but he really made my point. And here the question is, and I want to ask you all this question. I need your participation, if you don't mind, and let's talk for a little while. Can you come on too strong in a relationship? I want to give y'all an answer. Give us a chance. Give y'all a chance to answer that. Do you believe? And don't do me a favor. Don't answer for nobody else. Answer for don't answer for anybody else. Don't give me the we. Don't give us the us. Give me the I. Give me the me. Just say, yes, I believe it. And if you want to tell me why you believe it, or if you've witnessed it in the past, facts. Dawood, call me right quick, Dawood. Let's talk about that for a minute. Have you seen somebody come on too strong in a relationship? Because coming on too strong can ruin a relationship. Dawood, give me about 3 to 5 minute phone call. Call me right quick, and let's talk. 404-860-2775. Because I believe some other people might want to call too. Because what the gentleman said on the post earlier is that she really, in essence, came on too strong, and it scared him. Because if we're not used to a certain type of love, y'all got to remember, we live in a very punitive society. And this punitive society is supposed to be innocent. Hold on to what Dawood is calling. But it's not like that. Hold on. Oh. Dawood, hold on 1 second, bro. Am I saying your name right? Dawood. Okay, hold on. I'm about to add you to the screen. Okay, cool. We've been knowing each other for a minute, so I should have said something by now if it wasn't, huh? Let me put you on the screen. Hold on. And I want to hear what you have to say about this. Let me get your phone number out for every woman who will be calling you.
All right.
All right. Oh, there we go. All right. So Dawood, can y'all hear Dawood? Dawood, speak for us. Let me hear you, baby. Hello, Dawood? Okay.
Yeah, you said it right.
All right. So what do you think about? Yeah, I can hear you fine. Can you tell me about that? What do you think? Do you think people can come on too strong in relationships?
Yes, I was. And the reason why, yes. Check.
I hear you fine. Sound like you eating or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. So, well, I'm gonna say yes because I was taught it by a woman, and it's funny that you asked that. In the beginning, they don't want you to be aggressive. They don't want you to come on too strong in the beginning. They want you to be they they want you to be they want you to be you know, respectful and everything of that nature. No, no, and so they want you to be respectful, but they want a man that's strong and aggressive as well. But in the beginning, yes, you can come on too strong, and I was taught that by a woman.
Oh wow. Okay. So have you ever witnessed it? Has anybody ever come on too strong to you? Has anybody ever run you off on a relationship?
Yes, 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 and they got upset with me because I guess I didn't move the way they wanted me to move and at the speed that they wanted me to move in,
Hmm.
and so it ran me off.
It ran you off. Wow. What now? What kind of stuff were they doing that made that
Yes.
qualified as coming on too strong?
Well, I think too demanding. Like I was getting calls and I was busy, and then I would get, dang, you know, I tried to call, or they'll send me a text, hey, I tried to call you, and I was like, I'm busy, and then after that, I felt like that was too strong, so I just backed off because I'm like, whoa, you know,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
busy.
And that's the thing is, if a person shows you who they are, you need to really believe them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Especially in the beginning of a relationship.
demanding,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Ladies, okay, Dawood, I appreciate it. I appreciate you for calling in. Let me get some more calls in, but I appreciate you for calling in. Okay, we'll catch up with you a little bit later on, my friend. All
Okay,
right.
champ.
Appreciate you
Okay.
for listening. All right. All right. So let's see. Now, Conjura said, yes, you can come on. You can be too strong when you treat man or woman like married couples. Oh, we can't give ourselves marriage benefits. I always say that's one of the biggest problems in relationship is that we give girlfriends and boyfriends spousal privileges. And then sometimes when I say that, I've had people come to me and say, well, what's spousal privileges? If you don't know, then you probably are part of the problem. You don't treat you mean if you treat your boyfriend or your girlfriend like your spouse, what do you have to look forward to when you get married? What do we escalate to? But yeah, come on, everybody that's listening right now, do me a favor, chime in. Hey, what's up, Alicia? Um, can you come on too strong in a relationship? Because Mr. Marshall said something. He said when that young lady started buying t-shirts that made two t-shirts that made a full sentence, he said that overwhelmed him. That scared him. He said he ran like some pit bulls were on him. Those were his words. Because to me, that's all. Like I said, if anybody's gonna make me wear I ain't wearing no matching pajamas. But if anybody does, it's probably gonna have to be super fine. First of all, it's gonna be real fine. She's got to be smart. She's got to be crafty. Uh, she got to almost lull me to sleep with that one. Real talk. If it's gonna happen, and she probably gonna have to be my wife. You know what I'm saying? But if this young lady had him doing sentences, and ladies, let me tell you something. If you make a move like that, why don't you have a conversation first and ask, is that okay? Because if you come in with that expectation and then he doesn't want to do it, then what's gonna happen? I'm not giving in to nothing, Ricaro. Man, I know things are possible. Listen, I got to get my algorithm going. So y'all keep talking back. We had you had about 8 comments. So I mean, I'm gonna definitely get this conversation. I mean, I got to do something to make it talk. So you know, make it work. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what Alicia said. Be consistent, but not overboard. Give me space, but show me interest. Okay, I like that. How do they show interest, Alicia? How do they show interest? Sharon Denise says, I want my guy to be aggressive about me. I think you could be aggressive, but not come on too strong. Because the thing is that it wouldn't come on too strong it wouldn't be coming on too strong if it was welcomed. Right? It wouldn't feel like coming on too strong if I'm feeling it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you some signs that someone might be coming on too strong in just a moment. But I'm gonna read a couple more comments. Conjura said again, she said, too many women want to outdo the man now and not allowing the man to be a man. Well, I get that. I get that. And men that aren't men would probably have that problem more so than a man that who actually is a man. A real man, and I hate saying real man because I don't think there's anything such as a fake man. If we have chromosomes and have an anatomy, I think we're all men, but we're different types of men. Some people love to ascribe to the alpha man versus the beta man, whatever. We're men, but we do what we do, and we connect with who we connect with. And certain men, if they're a leader, I think the lady that they're with is gonna, automatically, I don't think she's gonna let him lead, but she'll respect his leadership. Because I don't think people can stop nobody. You know what I mean? You can't let me do anything. I'm grown. I'm very grown, and I'm cool. My daddy raised a man, so you can't let me. That's like you can't make me. But I don't mind compromising in some areas. But if I come in the door and I've told you what my rules are, just like my preferences are, why would you try to change that? That to me is the biggest issue for me. Why would you try to change somebody who has already told you what their desires are, what their preferences are, all those types of things? Because guess what? If you tell me, like, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm allergic to seafood, shellfish. I'm allergic to it. I don't like it. I can't eat. I mean, even now, oh, that's even better. I think, boy, I'll be getting these revelations. I'm allergic to to shellfish. And not only am I allergic to it, but I don't like it. But if I tell you, Raquel, hypothetically speaking, or Lakeisha, hypothetically speaking, Sharon, hypothetically speaking, if we get ready to go out to eat and you get ready to order shrimp, and I'm like, I'm allergic to shrimp. Poor baby. Why am I a poor baby? I don't even like it. But you're projecting what you like on me. I don't even like it. Ever since I was 6, 7 years old, my stepmom used to make me, she believed we used to eat all our food. So she would make me eat all my food. I would throw up every time. So I don't miss it. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. Let me read some comments. Yeah, one of y'all need to be doing this for me. Call me, okay. I asked Alicia what it looked like. She said, call me, text, date me. Okay. I agree, Alicia, date me even once we're married. Okay. I mean, and you should. What I found is that men have no interest in what I found is the men I have no interest in, I want him consistent. Okay, the men you have an interest in, you want him to be consistent. Okay. Let me see what Jackie said. Some men can read through a woman. He breaks her down in a good way when she's trying to be hard. Yeah, and that's a secure man. He's not threatened. I'm not threatened by somebody trying to change me, but I'm not. And you don't hear me. I mean, my antennas aren't raised. My hair is not going up on the back of my neck. I'm just not, and I'm cool. I mean, I'm just not. Let me see what my friend Lakeisha said. She said, when the man wanted to introduce me to his family during the first phone call, I had to quietly exit left. That was coming on too strong. Okay, that's a good one. I'm not eating no seafood. You eat the seafood. You eat the seafood. Kanjua said you must continue to respect each other, whether it's the first date or 3 months or dating in a year. Yeah, and guess what? Kanjua, good point. So if we, the first couple of dates are almost like interviews. I guess, and I'm learning to date, and I suck so far. I ain't gonna lie. You can ask the women I probably talked to so far. I suck at dating. I'm horrible. I'll admit it. And if I commit suicide, you can't kill me. So I just go ahead and say how bad I am. So that now I have very low expectations. I'm under promising, and maybe I over deliver. I suck at dating. I'm telling you that right now. I do. So that takes all the pressure off me. I did it. All right. I feel better now. Whoo! All the way. Oh, Jarvis, let's teach us, because Jarvis got 18 years of marriage on his belt, almost 19, I think. But Jarvis said, I chose my wife because she didn't give it up and didn't let me get away with or tolerate stuff that other women didn't question. I didn't know I needed that until I began to grow into what love is supposed to look like. So Jarvis needed to be challenged. He was looking for a challenge, right? And a good hunter, he tracks his prey. And he don't want prey that's just lay down and die. That ain't no fun. That's why they call it big game hunting. It's a game. So you're going to look for certain characteristics. You're looking for footprints. You're looking for twigs. I've never been hunting in my life, but I've seen it. Are you looking for twigs that might have been broke, branches that might have been broken, all these types of things, but you're chasing it. And you're wanting a challenge. You don't want it just to lay down, right? Because see, sometimes coming on too strong can be seen through a filter that looks like desperation. Oh, shoot. That's what it is. And nobody likes a weak person. And nobody likes a person who has pseudo strength. You know what pseudo strength is? When you have to control the whole situation, and then when you lose control, now it's not the same because you look like you were strong as long as you were in control. Oh my God, I'm talking really, really good right now. If I could get an amen right now, when I get this thing worked out and I figure out how to make these sounds and stuff, I'm gonna be giving myself amens and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, everybody, you know what? I've learned this much. What people don't understand, they're typically afraid of. So they try to do one of three things. They try to kick it, kill it, or cage it because they can't control it. That's worth an offering. Let me put my Facebook. Let me put my Cash App up, because that's worth an offering right there. Boom. Let me take that off. That's what I just said is worth the offering. I ain't gonna lie to you. Somebody needs to send me $5, $7, $1, whatever. But what people typically don't understand, they're afraid of. So they try to kick it, cage it, or kick it, kill it, or cage it because they can't control it. Because people want to control other people. I don't know why it's like that. In getting to know each other, we have to be secure, because I hear us talk about the representative, but if we're all honest, we all start with the representative. I don't care who you are. If you go introduce yourself to somebody, you're going to put your best foot forward. And you might not be able to maintain best all the time. Someday you're going to have some bad days. Put it like this. If I come to your house to take you out on a date, I promise you've probably put on makeup. You've probably done something to your hair. You're probably going to have on some nice clothes. You're going to probably have on some smell good, all those things. But when you come back to the house, you're going to take off the makeup. You're gonna put, y'all don't do rollers in your hair no more, do you? But all those things are gonna change, because so when you were dressed up, were you sending a representative at that time? I'm laughing, but very serious. I'm being a little facetious, but it's kind of factual, because we all present who we want somebody to see. Ain't nobody coming to the door with a house coat on, with some rollers on, with no concealer or anything under their eye. If they do, that's them in the rough. That's them in the raw. But most people don't want to meet people in the raw. We want to meet them when we look like we're our best. Okay, well, let's read Jackie's comment. Jackie said, my ex did not put his best foot forward. I walked in this house and he said, don't expect me to clean up. This is how I live. But he was being real. Yeah. Now, I think I've done that before too. But it was for somebody I really didn't care about like that. I didn't. She was just visiting. Now, if it was somebody that I liked, I probably would. I had one woman tell me one time, she said, you could have tidied up a little bit. I said, I don't like you like that. What? Why am I trying to impress you? And that was rude. That was mean. I know it was mean, but I was healing back then. I'm healed now. I'm better now than I was. But but we do. We do what we want to do for the right person. But a lot of times it comes once we put equity into the relationship. I think a lot of times we're asking for things and we haven't put any equity into the relationship. I mean, like, for instance, some of the things you require, I don't even know if I like you enough to give you those things, and vice versa. And when a person doesn't do what you want them to do, what's the first thing you want to do? Red flag. This ain't always a red flag. That just ain't jiving. It might be a stop sign, but a stop sign, you stop and then you eventually go again. Right? Right? Yeah. Real talk. So you have to be careful in that whole thing. Yeah, that was me. I know why you have her over. She was just coming to visit. She wasn't coming to date. We weren't dating. She wasn't my girlfriend. I had never given her any. We can watch TV. I mean, I have platonic. Most of my friends are female, are ladies. So I have plenty of platonic friendships. So I can come to your house and I'm not expecting anything. I promise I'm not. And most times I'm not expecting anything until we've had a conversation in the first place. So I just had a little flashback. But I told her, I don't like you like that. And come up here. And then you come up here trying to talk about my house. Leave. Go home. Go to your house. If your house is cleaner than mine and you don't like mine, or clean up. No, I'm just joking. You don't have to clean up my house. I got a maid that does that. She comes, I pay her to do that. That's her job. But I don't pay you to come over here and make no complaints. You wasn't in no position to make that. You were not in a position in my life to make that request or make that statement. You're not. And I was okay with that. And the house wasn't dirty or nothing. Like, I don't live dirty. I might, have a couple things of clutter on the table, but most of that stuff can just be thrown away or just put it over there somewhere else. But yeah, I did it. I did it. So before like I said, I want to give you a few signs, and we can discuss them if you want to. If anybody wants to call in, there the phone number is. But I want to give you a few signs that you might be coming on too strong. Okay, because I want there to be balance in relationships, but I also want there to be mutual exchange. I want there to be fairness in the relationship, because we all deserve to meet somebody, who's that other half or that better half or that person that is the yin to our yang, or that kind of completes us, whatever the word is, that gives you that bliss that you're looking for, that gives you the butterflies and the tingling in your stomach. We all deserve all those things. So we want to be careful in this, because I'm gonna be honest, this 20 years of no dating and then starting to date, it's confusing. It's confusing. I'm almost ready to take my ball and go home, because it's hard, y'all. I mean, it's confusing. I'm like, I got to manage my own emotions, and it's hard to manage other grown folks' emotions and all those types of things. So it's confusing. I'm joking a little bit, but here it is. Signs you might be coming on too strong. Y'all let me know if you agree or disagree. All right. So one sign might be you text first all the time. You text first all the time. If you text first all the time, you might be coming on too strong. Do y'all agree with that? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. Do you agree with that? A sign that you might be coming on too strong. A sign that you might be coming on too strong is when you text first all the time. So you agree with that, Kanju? Okay. Alicia, what about you? Lakeisha, what you think? If you text first all the time, is that mean you coming on too strong? And I have even another question. I have a B part to that question. After you give a man your phone number, this is for the women. These 2 questions. Ladies, after you give a man your phone number, how long do you expect for him to either text or call? How much time should span before he texts or call? And then if there are any gentlemen, what means they're not, if they text, that they're not into you, if they text first all the time? What? If they text first all the time, that means they're not into you? That don't make sense. That don't make sense, Raquel. Okay. So Alicia, thank you. So if you give a guy your phone number, you expect him to text or call. I see his next message within a day or 2. Okay. Alicia said if I expect him to call, if I'm interested, I want him to call by the next day. Okay. So who else? At least within 3 days. My attention span is short. Okay. I need a conversation, not a text. Okay. So if they say, everybody said 1 day, or Alicia said 1 day, Alicia said a day or 2. Okay, I got you, Raquel. Lakeisha said within the first 3 days. Raquel, how long? You give a guy your phone number, how long does it need to be before he's texting you? How long? And if there are any men still listening, Dawood, how long, if you get a woman's phone number, how long before you call or text? Whatever. Let's not, okay, we're saying text right here. But let's say it. How long? How long? 1 to 3 days. So here's the follow-up on that question then. If you give them your phone number at the mall and it's 7 o'clock, and by 9:30 he's text you, hey, I just want to make sure you got my phone number. Okay, call me. Hey, this is my number, so if you want to call me, call me. All those types of things depend on if I like him. So if you don't like him, why would you give me your phone number? You just want somebody to talk to, or you want to see if you like him? You know, I don't miss anything. Oh yeah, people have my phone number I don't like too. So I mean, I don't like that too. So I guess that's okay. But so you need a phone call. So if they call too soon, you said a week because I want him to be sure of himself. Okay. If they call too soon, is that a turnoff? If he got your number this afternoon, but he's calling you by this evening, is that a turnoff? Is that coming on too strong? No? Okay. So you want him to go ahead and call. That shows interest, right? All right, cool. I bet some people would have a different answer than that. And that's okay. Not really. Okay, you don't mind? Okay, that's not coming on too strong. No, it's not. Okay, cool. All right, gentlemen. So, but I've heard people actually say that if you call too soon, then you must be desperate or something, or whatever. If it lets you know he is interested. Okay, thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you. All right, cool. So let me see what the next. That's the first one. If they text first all the time, here's the second one. They make a habit of double, triple, or quadruple texting. Yeah, that to me almost gives a sign of a stalker. If they say I've been in that situation before. If I'm looking at the thread and I'm on my half, if I got 3-4 texts and your half, you got 1 text, yeah, I'm backing up because I feel like I'm coming on too strong. Or if all mine is, I got whole paragraphs because I do communicate. I text with proper grammar and proper punctuation and all that kind of stuff. I don't even know. I feel guilty when I use shorthand, even when I'm texting. So, and if I'm doing all that and you just say yes, or if I send a whole paragraph and you just say no, yeah, I'm probably gonna stop texting. I'm done because that means you're not interested, and I'm cool with that. Are you beautiful? Okay. She said, I can't stand the hey beautiful every morning. A year ago I would have really went in on that one, Alicia, but I'm so much more mature than I used to be. And you know why? Because you have preferences. If you don't want to be told that you're beautiful, fine. Then he shouldn't tell you you're beautiful. I just won't tell you nothing. Me personally, if you told me I'm tired of you telling me hey beautiful, I probably wouldn't text you anything. I'm done. Because that might be my just way of my saying hi. Then we're going to start doing some more texting later on. I don't know. People communicate how they communicate. But if a person, I'm at a point now, and this is so sad. I walked up to a lady the other day, Alicia, and I asked her point blank. I said, do you accept compliments? She said, absolutely. She said, why? I said, because I see so many people that don't anymore. So I don't know. I've given compliments and kind of got crucified, so it's a sad day when we have to give a compliment. We have to get permission to give a compliment. I'm being facetious. Y'all know I'm playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? But if a woman tell me don't say hey beautiful, I ain't saying nothing. I promise you. And that's fine. Cause that's petty. Just like you think, just like women think my pajama post is petty. But I promise you, I mean it. If you ask me if I think you had a potential to get me to put on matching pajamas, we break it up. Cause I'm holding to that one. Somebody said I can't take all those texts. I like talking because people can't express themselves fully on text. I get it. And like I said, I'm the type of person I don't like talking on the phone. I'll talk from time to time. I'll talk, but I'm not gonna talk like hours upon hours. And if I call you every night at 10 o'clock, then we probably gonna have to stop, get off by a little while. Because I don't know. I get after a while, I'll get tired of the conversation. Anyway, let me see. Let's get that. So don't make a habit of double, triple, or quadruple texting. And according to Alicia, do not say hey beautiful to her every day. Don't do it. I mean, she knows she's beautiful, but dang, can you say anything else? Get a dictionary and do not say "Hey, beautiful" every day. Those that hang around, I'm probably gonna give away a ticket at the end of the show. So I'm looking at who's commenting and who I got, but you got to be in Little Rock to win the ticket. So, and if you don't win one tonight, I'll hold it. But I got a couple tickets to give away. So don't make a habit of that. So let me get to the next one. You often linger or tag along without being invited. Now, I didn't make these up, okay? I'm not taking it wrong. I'm being facetious, Alicia. I got to play devil's advocate. I don't have pretty knees, so I'm not just going to be a cheerleader and cheer your comment like that. So I like to scrutinize them sometimes because we're looking at it from different angles. So believe me, I'm just joking. All right. If you often linger or tag along without being invited, who does that? Who does that? And if you feel comfortable doing that, then that might be a sign that you come on. Hey, I'll come with you. Did I ask you to come? Me neither. I don't even go anywhere that I'm not welcomed. I got you. I'm not going anywhere that I'm not wanted. I'm not going, and I think that's I've had that happen before. I'll say I'm going somewhere and all of a sudden, oh, when we going? We and I, but yeah, that's if you often linger or tag along. Well, let me get through these because my time is up and I do want to watch the now you got to invite me, okay. Because I do want to watch the rest of the game. Let me see what else we got. All right. Now this is stalkerish for real. I have people. Me and my ex didn't follow each other on social media. We didn't, and I know plenty of. I know people who in marriages that either have joint social media accounts or they don't follow each other, and some people they can't stand to see. Because if I have to explain myself because somebody loved my post, you're probably not for me. Because on this social media thing, a lot of people, that you don't even know, they like what you say and all those kind of things. And people treat social media like it's like it's really real life, right? And I don't want anybody that would be crazy enough to sit back and follow my social media posts all day long, trying to, and then question me about it. Man, please. I'm glad, like I said, I'm delivered because I can cuss now without using cuss words. My vocabulary is vast enough where I can do that. But that don't make sense. I mean, I don't. But people do it. People do it. People do it. People do it. If somebody has you, like insecure men, I got you. I don't think men like insecure women. And or at least you should not deal with an insecure man at all. Yeah. Yeah. Is that a question, Lakeisha? She said, is that a question? If you can't stand seeing what your person is doing on social media, then maybe you shouldn't follow them. And if you don't follow them, or if you think they're gonna mess you up through social media, then you don't trust them. You don't need to be with them anyway. Because if you don't trust somebody in a relationship, especially in a friendship that's forming, you'll never trust them in the future. So that's a very, very careful thing. Just remove yourself if you can't stand it. Or if you realize that that's their gig or whatever, then that's fine, right? Let me see. Relationships can take a turn real fast being Facebook friends. I do not want my mate as a Facebook friend. And that doesn't mean you have anything to hide. It doesn't. It means that you're trying to keep peace. And that's okay because people take this stuff too serious. But I'm with Alicia. If they're insecure and they're going to be checking me about something on Facebook, because I've got to tell you, Facebook is not real life to me. Well, I know y'all are real people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it like that. But I don't take Facebook to bed with me at night. I do have some notifications that go off in the middle of the night sometimes to get on my nerves. But I have children, so I have to leave my phone on. You never know who might be calling, so you have to be available for that type of situation. I want to take another phone call if somebody wants to call in and talk about a situation where somebody might have came on too strong, and we need and you either How can a person? Here's another question: can a person coming on too strong? Can they win you over? Were they able to win you over by coming on too strong? Maybe you're still in that relationship. I ain't gonna lie, I had one that almost won me over, and she did kind of come on too. She came on not too strong, but she came on strong. Too wouldn't be the correct word. But she did, and she showed me a different level that I had never seen before. And I was almost like Mr. Marshall. I almost ran, but then I was like, I'd be a fool to run. But didn't look familiar, you know. All right, I'm talking too much. I'm talking too loud. Let me see what comments have I missed. I got one. You got a story? Call it in. You get that the phone number is. You're welcome to call. Before you call, if while you're calling, I'm gonna put another one up. Here's another one that person coming on too strong. Boom. Y'all can read. I don't have to say it. Don't try to define the relationship too soon. Now, the popular colloquial expression is, I'm dating with a purpose. Well, hell, who ain't dating with a purpose? Well, if you're dating, now just going out, I think that's a little bit different. But when you start getting to the state, now and it's going out and dating, are going out and dating two different things? Because you might start going out before you start officially dating. So when you say I'm dating with a purpose, are you defining a relationship too soon? Hypothetically, I mean, it's just a question. I'm not, like I said, I don't have all the right answers. I don't trying to debate. Okay, if a man I'm interested in, I'm not going to approach him, because if I'm interested, I am not going to approach him. I love it. Exactly. I don't think you should. But I think, even Alicia, let me say this. If you're interested and you're not going to approach him, that's cool. But would you leave breadcrumbs to let him know you're interested? I like to use that illustration of breadcrumbs. Real talk. Would you let him know? Because you might not. Yep. Okay. Hold on. I need to do this right quick. You're gonna win a ticket tonight if you want to come. I already got that plan. Let me see. I got to do this right quick. Hold on. No, that ain't the one. Here it is. That's right. That's how the natural order of things. If she says, I'm interested, but I'm not going to approach him, that's cool. But I'm gonna let him know I'm interested. I'm gonna drop some breadcrumbs. And if I drop these breadcrumbs and he comes this way, then, but if he doesn't, then that's not my person. Okay, let me see what Lakeisha said. I believe it depends on the context of the situation. Because people don't be together, but in whole relationships. Yeah, that's a way of looking at it. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna come to you and say, I didn't mean to hit Jarvis's statement right quick. A woman can go. Are you the phone? You can call in. You don't have to put the link on. You can just call in if you want to. A woman can go from flirting to relocating in 3 months, and he still have no intention of her being his 100. I agree with that. I agree, because there's no definition. Now, there is a time that the relationship should be defined, but the problem comes when we try to define it too soon. 404-860-2775. 404-860-2775. I'll stay on as long as y'all want to talk. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You can define it, you can define it, but when do you define it? Now, hold on. I got a phone call. Let me get over here and get it. I should have been ready. Hold on. We there? Hello? You need to turn your volume down. Turn your volume down. All right. Let me bring her in, y'all. All right, there it's gone now. I want to let her get her feedback out. All right. Let me go back to this page. Get her phone number out here. All right. Give us a
Hey, y'all.
context. Hold on. Did I do something? Hold on. All right. There it is. Give us a context. Are you there?
Hold on. You asked the question. That's why I was calling.
Well, go with it then.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Hello.
I can hear you.
Okay. No. So tell me which one you want. Tell me which one you want first, and then I'll go with that.
I forgot the question, so you're going to have to tell me what it was. I've said like 6 things. What was the question I asked a minute ago?
Oh, so you had asked, did anyone have a story where someone was coming on way too strong, too fast? And so, yeah, I have one. Actually, it was from your event. I met a gentleman, and we exchanged numbers. And, he did all the nice things like, hey, will be a good time to call you? I would like to talk to you. I'm like, okay, this time, this day, this, great. And he called and, our conversation was going back and forth, and I was listening to some of the stuff he was telling me, and it was like, whoa, a little bit too much for me, but, just let it be. And so he continued to tell his story. And by the middle of that conversation, 30-minute conversation, like 15 minutes in, he was like, oh, you should, come and allow me to introduce you to my family. You would love my, nieces and nephews, and all these things, like all these events that he was planning in his head for me. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. you just, this is your first phone call with me. So, yeah, I'll stop it there. I, quietly, just minus myself out of that and, left that be. But yeah, it's a thing. It happens.
Yeah. And that is an issue. That's to me, that to me, like the introduce, because I asked a question a couple of weeks ago about how serious it is, how serious a relationship is once you introduce. If a man introduces you to his mother, what does that mean? And of course, most of the women on that post said nothing. You know what I'm saying? And so, for him to want to introduce you to his kids and everything within the first, he must have really saw something in you. Because I'm a person like me. Well, he couldn't have saw nothing in you because he just met you behind, right? Hello?
Correct. I'm here. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's crazy. Y'all, anybody else ever had that situation? I appreciate you for sharing that story, Lakeisha. I appreciate you. Let me get back, see if we got any other phone call. That's crazy. Let's talk about, that's crazy. These nut. Wow. Yeah, that's let me stop sharing. Yeah, that's pretty doggone weird. She said she met this gentleman at my event last time. I hope he ain't listening because he might not want to come back next time. But maybe he can learn something. Maybe he'll realize that was kind of not smart to do that. But anyway, that is kind of. Anybody else have a similar story or something where somebody potentially came on too strong and ran you off, or maybe you came on too strong and ran somebody else off? You learned a lesson from that. But we're still talking about signs that you might. What is it? Signs you might be coming on too strong. Signs you might be coming on too strong. We've already said you text first all the time. We've already said you make a habit of double, triple, or quadruple texting. Number 3, you often linger or tag along without even being asked. That's crazy. That's real crazy. Number 4, you are constantly checking their social media. Always trying to see who's liking their post, whose post they're liking, and why you liking this picture? You want her or something? I mean, that's insecure and that's just crazy. So got to be careful. That people doing that kind of stuff, they might be coming on too strong. Next one is you try to define the relationship too soon. Now that was a different. Me and Lakeisha should have talked about that one because she said that in context. Lakeisha, what she said was sometimes you be with a person, be in a whole relationship and have not defined it, and that I get her point in that. That makes sense. Because if we are sleeping together, we're dating, we're on the phone all the time, you might want to ask, well, what are we doing? And that's a fair question. That's a fair question. Especially when you start becoming intimate and all those types of things, because and that's what Mr. Marshall said earlier in the text. He said, I might have been a little irresponsible because I was a little more physical than I probably should have been. And those that weren't on in the beginning, I said something. I said a lot of times when we have been in failed relationships and we experience pain, then we want to use pain to pleasure as a platform for our next relationship, because we want pain. We want to replace our pain with pleasure. And a lot of times the way we replace our pain with pleasure is through promiscuity, right? Especially in this over sexualized world that we live in. That's the way we can release ourselves. I did a show one long time ago. I had a young lady on who had a woman, she's older than I am, a woman who had been celibate for 21 years. And I ain't gonna lie, that's pretty much when I stopped having my panel, because my panel wanted to grill her because she had made the choice to be celibate. And I'm like, I don't bring people on for y'all to grill. I bring people on for their story. And their comments to her were like, they were acting as though her celibacy wasn't a choice, but the choice was made for her, like she couldn't get a man. And that wasn't the case, because one dude was like, well, where you shopping at? Well, like, what's wrong with you? It doesn't mean anything wrong with you because because you make the choice that you don't want to go to that level. Some people still look at the spiritual connection as it relates to that whole thing, and the bond and the ties that are made because of it, and all the. So it's we live in this over select. No, it's never too late to call in. You can call in. But no, I ain't gonna say it's never too late, because if I'm not on the show, you can't call in. So that was probably a pretty dumb statement. But we love for pain and pleasure to be the platform, and we use promiscuity, and then it becomes problematic when the relationship never promotes to the next level. I'm such a preacher because I keep using all this alliteration. My bad. Yeah, let me read some comments. When they reach you again and say why you haven't called back, okay. Mine's is, if I miss your call, they mad, asking what was I doing, or don't text back quick enough. Yeah, that happens. But and I think what needs to happen is, I'm a type person, and Jarvis used the point about his wife challenging him. He'll come on in a minute. And but he talks about that challenge, that chase, where during that time you're letting a person know how you are. And you're setting, and you know what? I'm the type of person that believes that the rules are established as we go. We don't come in with set rules. That's why I used to always I wanted my children, I didn't put them in it, but I really wanted them to be a part of a Montessori program so they could learn at their own pace, right? Because I'm just of the opinion that life lends lessons and we just consider the clues. So sometimes the rules are established as we go. And if I see things that you don't like, or if I see certain characteristics, or I see that you like red, or you like roses, or you like chocolate, or you might even like Jolly Ranchers, or whatever, or you like a certain brand of gummy bears, I'm registering. I'm mentally registering that. As I register that, as I register that. Oh, it went to voicemail. Jarvis, you got to call back, Jarvis. I don't know what happened. It said you went to voicemail. But yeah, as I register that, then I'm going to make sure I include those things in how we deal with one another, because I'm scoping you out. And I'm only going to scope out what you showed me. Now, sometimes I got to do a little research. I get it. I might ask a couple of questions. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite flower? I might call back, Jarvis. I don't know what happened. I thought I answered it, but it said it was going to voicemail. Let me see. Let me see if I can call you. Hold on. I might be able to call you. I probably could. Here it is. Hold on. Let me try it again. I got you this time. Jarvis. Hello. Do I have? I'm good. Hold on. Let me put you in. I think I might have a little delay, but trust me, I can hear you. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put you on the screen. Jarvis might want y'all to have his phone number, but
I ain't on video now.
no, your audio. I know. All right, go ahead. I'm listening. Yeah, waiting on you. Go ahead. We hear you, Jarvis.
Oh, okay. No, I was just calling in, man, trying to support my show, man. You know.
Yeah, but-
Oh, okay. What's happening, everybody? So the only thing that I wanted to say, I had a little piece of advice.
Mhm.
You know, if that cool.
Of course, go ahead, bro.
Okay. So my thing. I mean, I mentioned earlier about not having to chase, not having to do the things that a person always wants or needs. But for me, one of the biggest pieces of advice that I have is to fall against the grain of what works for the person normally. You know what I mean? So, So some women can be easily caught and captured by flashy things. You know what I mean? Shopping, clothes, somebody who looks nice, light skin or whatever, this and that. But or dark skin or whatever, it don't matter. But for me, what really works is when someone falls against the grain. You know what I mean? So when one of the reasons that my wife was so attracted to me was because of things that normally work didn't work. You know what I mean? She wasn't captivated by being able to go shopping, buying clothes. You know what I'm saying? The fact that back when Payless still open and Payless was the operator, you know what I mean? Me being able to take a coolest thing. So she was able to go that step and that mile with me, and that shows value in her. And at the same time, man, so many of the things that worked on other people, you know what I mean? It didn't work on her. I needed that. You know what I mean? And so a lot of times men get spoiled. You know what I mean? Drop a band. You got women out there saying, if you bring a band, drop a band, do that, this and that. You know what I mean? What if your daughter doesn't? What if that doesn't work on your daughter? You know what I mean? So that's what I try to produce in mine. I try to spoil the hell out of mine so they don't even have to worry or think down that path or that avenue because of what they want. That's why you got people like Puffy trying to take niggas shopping. I mean, dudes shopping. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Because he knows in the past he would take women shopping, and guess what? He would get exactly what he wants. So what did he do? He flipped and said, you know what? Hey, you want to go buy some clothes or something like that? No, man, I'm not buying no clothes with you. That's a move. You know what I mean? So
that's good.
So that's all I wanted to say.
Man,
you know what I mean? I'm glad that in the beginning. And I'm glad in the beginning my wife was able to be there for me when I didn't have much, so I could see her true colors and I could, you know what I mean, figure out exactly what I really wanted, because the things that I normally did and things that normally worked for me, it didn't work on her, and that meant $1 million to me. And that actually made me think. Driving all the way from Birmingham back to Jackson, Mississippi, I was like, man, this chick is different. You know what I mean? Something's different about it. You know what I mean? She don't want money. She don't want to buy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She got tried. She won't toot. She won't boot. She won't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't figure it out. But you know what I mean? As you mentioned earlier, man, if people have to leave those things in place, and if the person doesn't stick around long enough to figure those things out about you, then guess what? He's there for a different purpose.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Jarvis, for calling in. That's good. That's good advice, my friend. That's good advice. That's good advice. And I want that's good advice.
Yeah.
All right, love you back, boy. Appreciate you. All right. Hey, Jarvis brought some good points. And this is the thing that I pick up with Jarvis, because Jarvis made some point, because some people think that you can win a person over with material goods and with money and all those types of things, and people think, I'm gonna give you an example. If I walk in a barbershop and everybody that walks out has the same haircut, I don't want to stay in that barbershop. I don't want to stay there. I'm leaving, because that barber has no creativity. That barber is cutting from a template. You're going to go in and you're going to get the number 3 or the number 4, and everybody is going to look the same every doggone time. He's not going to look at the natural grain of your hair. He's not going to look at your natural hairline. He doesn't have any, because he hadn't done any, he hadn't considered what's already there. And so what Jarvis was in essence saying is that, and this is one of my favorite sayings is that I believe the greatest enemy of originality is the template. I really do believe that. I believe because most of us operate according to templates, right? We go to social media and blogs and all those things to get relationship advice, and that relationship advice was tested typically on the person who's writing it. And so that doesn't mean that all the factors are in place to produce the same outcome that produced that person's outcome. And so because we want to skip the steps, or we want to figure out how to alleviate the pain, we institute that person's template and we try to acquiesce and acclimate to what they're doing, as opposed to living life and just letting life happen. Jarvis said he drove back and forth from Birmingham, Alabama to Jackson, Mississippi for this woman, and she wasn't moved by what other women were moved by. She was cool with Payless. How old was you when you were still buying shoes at Payless? When Payless closed? But anyway, but yeah, I mean, but yeah, I get it. I get it. You can't use the same thing on everybody, and that's not fair. And let me say this also, sisters. If you love a certain way, and that's just how you love, you might only have to give him a little bit of your love at first, and then let him graduate to what he wants, right? Or to what you give. Because everybody doesn't deserve it. Or everybody hadn't earned it. And that's my point. Be careful giving boyfriends and girlfriends spousal privileges. Sometimes it's really just setting you up for disappointment. And here's the biggest thing when you're coming on too strong: when you're not giving that other person space. You're not giving that person space. I mean, sometimes you just not giving them space. Now, if you have a person that wants to be in your presence, doesn't mind being in your presence, y'all enjoy each other's company and all those types of things, that might be a keeper. And it's okay to sit on the couch or sit in the garage or whatever y'all do, ride down the road, whatever y'all do. And if y'all are not talking, it doesn't mean anything's wrong. It doesn't. It does not mean. Let's talk about that, Carol. What do you mean? You say I love so hard that I make hard choices. What is loving hard and make? What kind of loving hard? By loving hard, what hard choices have you had to make? That's the right way to ask that question. Yeah. I mean, I have certain people, like I said, I can sit in your space all day long. Talk, not talk. And just bask in each other's presence. And if I can do that, you're probably a keeper, whether I said it or not. Oh Lord. Yep. That's where we are, man. I promise you. This is gonna be good. This is good. But we have to understand. Sometimes I have to pass up on the most handsome men because you love too hard. You need to call in. If you're gonna give me one sentence at a time, and I have to wait 3 more minutes for the next sentence to come through, you might need to just give me just call in, sweetheart, and just do it that way. Let me put the phone number back up, just in case you want to call. And let me take off. You're not giving them space. Lakeisha, I see your comment. I just got to get back to it. All right. Let me see. Lakeisha said, sometimes quietly being together is what the situation needs. I love that. I love it. And then, because you know what? I'm so much more. Girl, if you ask me that question one more time, if you don't look at that screen and see that phone number right there, okay, I got it. You pick up the phone. You put 10 digits in the phone. Then you press send. When you press send, the phone is going to ring on your end. And then I'm going to hear it on my end. And then I'm going to answer. But when you call, make sure your volume is down, please. All right, so that's how you call. That was wrong. But Raquel is my friend, so I can play with her like that. Raquel was actually on the panel the last podcast we did. She was on the panel, so She's already a little local celebrity. But she asked me how to call when you see a phone number on the screen, 404-860-2775. And she will probably be our last caller unless somebody in the comments says that they want to call. But if someone sometimes we can practice overkill, and we don't want to give people space, and you can suggest, make suggestions. I mean, because it's good. Sometimes you need to spend time together. Sometimes you need to spend time with your friends. Sometimes you don't need to spend time with other friends because you might not even have other friends. Y'all might be each other's, just enjoy being with each other, and that's okay. I don't mind being some, as you don't put no stress on me. To be around you, I probably don't. Hold on. Don't cuss me out on this show. You hear me? Hello? You promise? All right, let me put you on the screen. How you ain't on yet? Hold on. I had to stop you from. Okay, cool. Because I was being so facetious with you. All right, so I think I have Raquel on. Talk? Let's go. What you got for me? Oh, what you got for me?
Okay. What I mean by that is, in the dating world, you meet people, and some people you may like a lot, and there may be physical interest, all of that. But if I am not safe with that man, meaning if I'm not his girl, I'm not playing with him, because men know the women that they want, and if you're not her, you're not her. And they don't treat you well, they will take all that you have to offer,
Mhm.
And then when the woman that they want comes along, that's the one that they'll commit to. So I just don't get tangled up in all of that. If we're not in a position to where we both are feeling mutual about moving forward, I'm okay with that. But I'm not getting physical, meaning sexual, with any man that doesn't see me in a place of commitment. That's ridiculous. That's stupid on my name.
And I don't think anything's wrong with that.
It's crazy for me to sleep with a man to hope.
Trap.
Yeah. To hope to, give me what I deserve. A lot of the times when women are physical with you, we're willing to commit and be with you. You know what I mean? A lot of men, it's not that deep for them. And if being with me is not that deep, with me is not where you need to be.
Yeah.
And I respect your feelings and all of that. If I'm not your girl, I totally respect that. I do. But I'm not going to sit around and play with you, hoping you change your mind.
Now,
no,
to me,
not going to do it. And that's pretty much what it is. And
to me, that's grown woman stuff. No doubt. And you know what I'm saying? And why would anybody try to talk you out of that? You know what I'm saying? Because that's your body,
right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's your spirit, that's your soul, that you're you, and you reserve the right to do whatever. And that's why I respect what Jarvis just said a minute ago. And that's why Jarvis said the things that he got away with other women, his wife now didn't allow those things. And here the thing is, Raquel, if he's for you, when you set those boundaries or you set those rules or you express your preferences, if he's for you, he's going to be cool with that. And he won't mind waiting. But so I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. He won't mind waiting.
Right.
Won't be no problem whatsoever.
None
whatsoever. If you
right, it's a beautiful thing for two people.
But the same thing, if I tell you up front, I don't want to wear no matching pajamas.
If we're meant.
If I tell you up front, I don't want to wear matching pajamas, why are you trying to?
I ain't gonna make you match.
Now you was trying to talk me into it on the post earlier today. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna go.
I
Bye.
ain't gonna make you
we'll
match.
talk to you later. Thank you for calling in.
if your woman.
Bye. Let me get off the phone. I don't usually hang up on people, but she was the first person that ever got hung. She's the first person that ever got hung up on the intellectual stew. But that it's no difference to me. It really isn't. And I use that as a joke at the beginning of the show about them. Jarvis, his family, he might be cool wearing matching pajamas. And it doesn't make him any more of a man or any less of a man. It just makes us different. It doesn't mean I'm difficult. I'm just different. I am not doing it. I don't know why. My daddy wouldn't have done it. He wouldn't have. And I'm not. I'm not going. You're not going. I'm not. And I'm. It's not. We're not. I'm not being difficult. But my point in saying this is that we have preferences. Now, I'm not going. I mean, I say I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it more than likely. But if I met the right person, and if it made them that happy, but if me wearing if your happiness is contingent on me wearing matching pajamas, we probably don't need to be together in the first place. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But that's too petty for me. But it's all good. It's all good. So let me do a rundown right quick of it was 6 things I gave y'all, I think. Yeah, 6 things or 6 signs you might be coming on too strong in a relationship. Number 1, you text first all the time. Number 2, you make a habit of double, triple, or quadruple texting. You often linger or tag along without being invited. You constantly check that person's social media. You're trying to define the relationship too soon. And you're not giving them space. Those are the 6 things that could be signs that you are coming on too soon, too strong, too soon. All right. So who is Jarvis said we drove from Atlanta to Panama City Beach on Christmas, all wearing matching PJs with nothing to prove but fun and love. And listen, I don't have, as long as I see Jarvis in his pictures smiling, I have no complaints, no judgments, none of those types of things, because you know what? We got different families. We got different fingerprints. We got all those types of things, but I'm not doing it. And Jarvis shouldn't judge me. Just because Jarvis does it, he don't run my house. Am I right, Jarvis? And I'm not going to judge Jarvis for what he does, just like I would hope he wouldn't judge me for what I'm doing either. So that's all gravy. You know, like I said, it takes all kinds to make up the world. But I've seen some miserable dudes. They sitting there like, lip all poked out. You know he didn't want to do it. Not going to get me like that. Not going to happen. Ain't going to happen. Sure ain't. We need to talk about love languages next time. We've done that in the past, but I do love languages, Conjure. You want to come on and help us talk about it? But we can definitely, y'all want to talk about love languages next week? So, I mean, I got to do research this week. I got to get you a cougar and some, man, please. I don't want no stitches and bullet wounds. No, mind your business, Jarvis. You married and happily married. Stay in your, I don't need no suggestions, no hookups, no nothing. Just mind your business, my friend. I'm joking. Hey, y'all, y'all having put the name of put your website link in, Jarvis. Jarvis has some really good rubs and barbecue sauces, and he's known internationally for cooking and all that kind of stuff. So if you have not, if you want to try his rubs, his seasonings, his barbecue sauce, check it out. Put the link in the chat, Jarvis, so they'll see it. But I think it's called, what is it called? Sweet Georgia Gold. Yeah, Sweet Georgia Gold barbecue sauce. You can find him on YouTube, and he's known like all over Caribbean and places like that because people are buying his barbecue sauce. If you go to his page, you'll see some of this. There it is, sweetgeorgiagoldbarbecue.com, bbq.com. You go to his page, he be making those gourmet dishes. He invited me over a couple times. I said no, so he stopped inviting me over. So, and plus I don't eat seafood. I'm joking. I'm not joking about the part about I didn't go, so he don't invite me no more, but the other part. Yeah. So it's been real. Good show tonight. But listen, let me go ahead and make my announcement. Because we're getting closer. May the 4th, 2024, at the Kappa House in Little Rock, Arkansas, we will be doing our second podcast entitled The Bonding of the Sexes 2. There it is. The Bonding of the Sexes 2 at the Kappa House in Little Rock, Arkansas on May the 4th. There will be a VIP reception starting at 6:00, and it will conclude. I think the show will conclude around 9, no later than 9:30, somewhere around that range. But we have VIP reception from 6 to 6:45 with all the drinks you want. and also with food and the VIP reception. Right now, we still have an early bird special going on. The tickets were normally $40, but we took $10 off during this early bird session, so they're only $30. Or if you want to just do the general admission, it would be it was $20, but because of the special VIP early bird special, it's only $15 right now. And you can go to our website. That's one way to do it. www.theintellectualstew.com. Go to the events page, scroll down to the bottom of the events page, and you'll see some yellow banners there. Click on VIP or click on general admission, and you can purchase your ticket right there. Now, I've had a few people that don't live in Arkansas, so they won't be able to make. Okay, Lakeisha has posted the links, so you don't even have to go to my website. You can there the general admission link is, and there the VIP link is. Now, I've had people who don't live in Arkansas but still want to be a part of this. So what they have done is they have started buying tickets, and they want me to give those tickets away on the show. I'm thinking about giving away some tonight, but I don't know who's still on the show. I guess if I did a roll call and I found out who was still here, I might give away a ticket tonight. But if I don't know who's on the show, I don't want to give it away to somebody that's not going to come. So I don't know who's still here. But who else? Conjua, would you drive to Little Rock for the show? Because if you drive to Little Rock for the show, you just want a ticket. But I know you don't. I think you live in Mississippi, don't you? But if you drive to Little Rock, you actually just want a ticket. But that's what I need to know. And like I said, if you don't live in Arkansas, but you want to purchase a ticket and for me to give away to somebody there, you want to be a sponsor. Okay, Lakeisha Conjua Hilliard, give her a VIP ticket. And that VIP ticket was sponsored by Lisa Kirksey. Lisa Kirksey from Lisa lives in Muskegon, Michigan. That's my big sister. She purchased a VIP ticket for me to give away for $30. Lisa, and I appreciate you for that. So Conjua, reach out to Lakeisha. Lakeisha has probably already reached out to you by now. But you'll be receiving a VIP ticket. So you need to be there at 6 o'clock on that Saturday, and you will be able to participate in the event. 6 o'clock at the Kappa House in Little Rock, Arkansas. So I got she won a ticket. I don't know who's still here. I might have gave away another ticket, but I don't know. She's the only one that said she was here. But anybody else that would like to participate, you can't buy it through the link if you're going to transfer it. I need you to Cash App me and put your name in the subject line. And if you put your name in the subject line, then once you do that, I will give the ticket away. And once I give the ticket away, I will let people know that it was you who gave the ticket away. There it is. Cash App is $, the intellectual stew. That just like that, just that simple. $, the intellectual stew. And that way if you want to, like I said, be a sponsor. That's $15 for a general admission ticket, $30 for a VIP ticket. And I already got I'll let y'all know who all is going to be on the panel and everything within the next couple of weeks. But I already got a couple of things already set up. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So like I said, if you want to sponsor a ticket, I'll let everybody know who you were. Lisa, I'll let Lisa know that Conjua was the one who won her ticket. Lisa Kirksey. But we'll go from there. But go ahead and get your tickets, because the early bird special, I'm probably going to end it this week. I'm thinking about it. Or we'll see how y'all respond this week. We'll see. All right. That being all, if our hearts and minds are clear, may the Lord watch. No, I'm just joking. But real talk, it's been fun tonight. I appreciate you all for always coming in and making this conversation thing easy. I really have time I get on here. But y'all make it easy. Y'all really do. And we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. All right. So as I conjure, Lakeisha said, check your inbox. You got a special waiting on you. So you got to go to the, since y'all not friends, you got to go to the message request thing. You're going to get it. Who else is on here? I feel like giving away one more ticket. If you're in Little Rock and you can make it, I'll give it to you. But you know what I like about this, Lakeisha, is I've tried to give away tickets, but I've had people call me and say, I don't want to win a ticket. I want to help. I want to support. I just want people to be there. So we're going to have a good time. And it's not costing me any money if I give away a ticket, especially if somebody purchased a ticket. So like I said, I got one more ticket to give away right now. Now, if some more people cash app me, and if more people cash app me and they enable me to give away some more tickets, I will. But I like to give them away to people who participate in the show. And Conjure has been participating all night, and I'm appreciative. Actually, she was on my live first thing this morning. Have y'all been listening to me do my little Chloe Chronicles? Me and my little dog. She think I like her now. You need one and we'll buy one? Okay. Now the one I got, Jarvis, is a general admission. I don't know if you want that one. Hit me off the air and I'll let you know. But if you want to buy one, Lakeisha put the links in the chat. Go ahead and do it. I got about 20 people told me they're gonna buy tickets but hadn't bought them yet. And if they go ahead and buy them, then I can go ahead. Why do you think I want to sell the VIP tickets and I want to know sooner? Why do you think? Because I want to be prepared. I want to make sure I have enough food, make sure I have enough libations. I want to make sure I'm able to accommodate you properly, right? So do me a favor, do that. Go ahead and make your Lakeisha, put those links in the chat one more time, please. So some of them don't want to scroll up. Put those links in there. But it's been real. It's been fun. I took a nap earlier, so I'm not sleepy. That's why I've been on here for almost an hour and 47 minutes. But I'm gonna watch the last few minutes of this basketball game. Who's winning? UConn and who? Purdue. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the last few minutes of this basketball game, and then I'm gonna go. But Lakeisha's putting the links back in the chat. Once again, if you want to go to the website, it's just a little bit harder to get to through the website. Oh yeah. When you're registering to buy your tickets and it asks for your phone number, nothing's wrong with it. It's just asking you for your country code first. So you have to put in +1 and then your phone number. That's all it is. And it'll go through. All right. So I'm out. It's been fun. But as I always say, as I make my exit, there it is. That's the first link for general admission. As I always say, as I make my exit, here it is. The world is changing. My question for you is, why do you remain the same? Y'all have a good night, and we'll catch you on the rebound.